Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. Okay, I don't plan on posting for a couple of days, so I thought we'll have a chat now. My belly's rumbling. And I'll be back at the weekend. Yeah? Okay. Cheers to that then. So, okay, we are approaching the beginning of the year of the wood snake. I have some information regarding the year of the wood snake. It's on a 60-year cycle. I don't know if every sign has it, but with the snake signs, so when it's the year of the snake every 12 years, it will have one of the elements attached to it, and it's the fifth element, the wood aspect. So the wood snake, symbols of harvest, procreation, spirituality, good fortune, wisdom, intuition, transformation, as well as cunning, evil, threat, terror, stealth. The 2025 element of wood lends the snake's traits greater versatility, growth, and creativity, last seen in 1965. The enemies of the snake: tiger, monkey, and pig. The lucky number for the year of the snake, well, numbers, is 2, 8, and 9. The lucky colours are red, black, and yellow, and the lucky flowers are orchids and cacti. I thought you might just like to know that. You might not want to know it, but you might like to know it. Maybe you'll be at a quiz night and it might just help. Cheers to all you lovers out there. Should we put some music on, because it seems extremely quiet? I've been listening to the 70s. And the song that was just playing was "You to me, you're everything, the sweetest song that I could sing, oh baby." Let's put some music on. Third Eye. Put that on silent. Okay, I like the sound of this one. See beyond. Connect with your soul and intuition. I like the fact it's on for 3 hours, 33 minutes and 33 seconds. We will have some of that. I'll put it by the Buddha, because it's like a Buddha was coming out of the lotus flower there. The third eye. It's like, look into my eyes, what do you see? It's a blue eye. It's a blue eye. Oh, we want the music on, please. Thank you. I seem to have, it was with the book. That says Abraham Hicks Publications, Caribbean Cruise, 2018. Anyway, shall we go through the 17 principles of success? A positive mental attitude, definiteness of purpose, creative vision, personal initiative. I feel like They're areas to tick off. So, do we have a positive mental attitude? Do we have a definiteness of purpose? Do we have creative vision? Do we have personal initiative? Do we have teamwork? Teamship keeps coming through. Rather than relationship or friendship, a teamship. Make a good team. The mastermind. Do you have a mastermind alliance? Do you have a pleasing personality? Do you go the extra mile? Are you maintaining sound physical and mental health? Are you budgeting time and money? Are you using cosmic habit force, the universal laws? Do you know them? I added that part in. Controlled attention. Are we applying controlled attention? Are we applying faith? Are we applying enthusiasm? Are we learning from defeat? Are we thinking accurately? Are we self-disciplined? Let me hold them up. My plans are to continue with reading Success to a Positive Mental Attitude. You may receive that reading before your next Tarot Oracle reading. But there's some 17 points of focus there. Let's go to the Psychic Tarot. No boxes on the table. Bossy boots. I saw the Spiritual Union card, which is the Two of Cups with two heads pushed together, but as I was flicking them, I just saw the masculine. Well, personal initiative. Can you take action off of your own initiations rather than someone else abling you? Are you able yourself? We've got solitude, it's in reverse. So that's interesting because I said I won't be present for a few days. My ears are ringing. I look like I've got a really big bag under this eye. A really big bag. Okay. It feels like the feminine here is coming out of solitude, and it's like the masculine's being thrown into it. The Hermit energy. I've just given you some genius points of focus to focus on. Okay. Triumph, the Chariot energy. So this is a nudge from the divine. Okay, it's a red flag. The grumpy energy, the box being thrown on the table. It's like the feminine's energy isn't going to be present. No one said that. The energy will be present. The physicality will not be. And this doesn't feel good. Okay, I'm taken to, we're working our way through the Marvel movies. So we're currently on Thor, the second one. And Thor and Jane have been separated. He said he'd come back. There's been wars going on and he's been off fighting. And her device, her GPS, should we say that? Her guidance system goes off, like to the same frequency that occurred when Thor made his initial appearance. So she kind of follows this trail and then like falls into a portal, okay? And what happens is, like, she's there for 5 hours, but when she comes back from the portal, it's like all these red lines, veins, got into her system, shall we say that? So something's got into her system. She comes back and the police have been called, and it's like, where have you been? It's like, calm down, you know. It's like, no, you've been gone for 5 hours. In this, a loophole, a portal. The watch person who's with Thor is keeping an eye on Jane on planet Earth, and just by chance, or this, while she was in this 5-hour loop, Thor asked a watch person to check on her, and he said, I can't see her. And this caused Thor, after Jane had come out of the portal, the weather changed and Thor appeared, and she was cross, first of all, a slap he got for like, where have you been? Not realising that anybody that touched her, apart from Thor's type, a god, like, they were electrified, shocked by her. And he took her back to Asgard. Is that where it is? Patience. But when she found out he had been fighting all these wars, well, she didn't know that. So that's where we've got to so far in the movie. She's were they trying to heal her? Patience is a virtue. Something's growing really, it's sprouting really quickly. So, oh, this is about all your patience will pay off. And there's a book to be written and a story to be told. And there's like 2 sides to this story. Okay. It's like 2 hermit stories. So 2 stories of when you was alone. That's what's coming through. What happened in the solitude. Let's have a look. Look, it gives us a reading guide here. Love, wealth, career, health, past life, anything. There should be some dice in here as well. And then you have a happy face, a crystal ball with a line through it, a crystal ball, and another crystal ball, and a few happy faces. Well, we've got chest and the frantic. The energy of the frantic come through here. So what I was getting to was Thor saw the red flag when Jane was no longer visible. He was worried. So he went to Earth to find out, and my daughter Megan, she said that wasn't nice. I said, what wasn't nice? I said, well, they left her friend to take all the blame for it. I said, he doesn't want to be away from her anymore. I don't think they're really worrying about the friend. Looks like she's left now to explain to the police and everything. Question mark and a happy laughing face. Question mark is anything. Okay. What does the... Just play with the cards, Lucy. Okay. Oh, here's the... I'm looking for the instructions. Mystical is, what's it called? Crystal ball. Hilarious is the laughing face, and you choose is the crystal ball with a line through it. So we have hilarious, hilarious. I feel like I've got something in my eye as I'm looking at that third eye. I'm taking it like ironic, like this is hilarious. The turnaround here. What's the phrase? Something about like a turn of the books. Now temperance is half feminine and half masculine. I'm looking to see if I've got anything on the table that shouldn't be here. Why am I jumpy like that? Okay, your treasure. It's your chest. And now you're a bit frantic about claiming it. So, hilarious. Okay. Is your behaviour hilarious? Let's have a look. Let's delve into this. So, anything. Whatever the cards want to say. I saw the crown chakra. So something to do with your crowning. Conflict and defeat. What's hilarious is how this internal conflict has made you weak in the knees. I feel like you're laughing at yourself. Humour. Let's go to... I'm looking for the other deck of cards here and they're hiding behind Professor Puzzle Games. Okay, so it's not funny really. And what you thought was a game has turned out to be quite serious. Chase. The masculine's become the chaser. The intimate is in reverse, so he's wanting to get intimate. The chase is on. So the runner and chaser phase is normally the divine feminine would chase, very masculine role, and the divine masculine would run. Okay, and it looks like he feels as if the divine feminine's running away now. Well, so he's become the chaser. It's his own internal conflict, battle, that's caused him to rise. We can look at this card. Journey. The high. He's had to hit lows to find his flame. Look at the carvings on the side of the wall. Well, we don't know if that is a wall. And his hand's against it, but I feel that spirit that's got him. I feel this is him, okay. Because I felt the energy of like darkness inside him, entrapping him. Riddled with darkness. You know, you hear of miracles when you know, somebody's riddled with a disease and they say there's no helping them. Okay, it's too late. Their body's riddled with whatever disease. The accuracy of that, accurate thinking, let's take the word disease and we'll split it. You are at your most extreme dis-ease. You're very discombobulated. Low. Eckhart Tolle got to a very low point and had his spiritual awakening. It woke him up. And now look at him. I was going to say, happy as Larry. Happy as Eckhart. So, shall we read this card? The conflict and defeat. So it's like your own hilarious, embarrassing behaviour has made you so ashamed of yourself that it's time to rise. Self-destruction. Self-sabotage. To the extreme. I feel it's done the job though. Okay. I've opened to Triumph, so let's read that card. The Chariot energy with the Divine giving you that encouragement, that nudge. I'm not feeling that you're strong. The Divine's giving you additional support, strength. Well, they're carrying you on the chariot, on the horse. The power of your soul is pushing and nudging you steadily forward. Whether you're setting new goals, developing ideas, or planning a journey. It may not look like it, but your soul has a higher purpose, a higher plan for you. When you tap into... Let me just go back. Whether you're setting new goals, developing ideas, or planning a journey, it's essential that it's carefully thought out. When you tap into your inner guidance and balance it with self-control, hard work, and perseverance, it's likely to manifest a triumphant outcome. It's time for you to be single-minded and focused on the end goal. Okay. You're on your own, kid. But you can self-soothe, you can self-parent, you can self-direct, and you can self-initiate into maturity. Well, it's the only way. This is, we're talking about yourself. Yours. Visualize the successful results as if it were happening right now. And when you've achieved what you set out to do, your ability to meet other life challenges will be significantly increased. Because we've only just begun. Okay. Gonna rise, rise, and rise to the top. Learning from defeat. When you try to move forward without balance, direction, or guidance, it's easy to slip off your intended path and be drawn away from your desired goal. And that's where the Divine is helping you. The Chariot's here. If you're on the wrong path, the tower will hit. If you don't put yourself onto the right path, the tower will hit. I feel like the tower's hit and you're still not changing lanes. There's a block. It's like the tower. It's like all the trees falling. It's like a sign. It's like that road's blocked. And it feels like there's the adamancy of, but that's the way I'm going. It's like that way's blocked. A very stubborn energy. So now I feel like the divine is physically picking you up. Taken to a song, Jula Taxi. Jula Taxi. I don't know the words. They're French. Now is not the time to let go or allow the river of life to pull you in its currents, as you can so easily lose control. Grab your oars, grip them tightly, and steer carefully towards your highest aim or destination. The Triumph card reminds you that you don't have to be alone with all of life's ups and downs and the challenges that face you. This is a time to tap into the powerful knowledge of others, as well as to use the inner resources that are within you. I feel you have been tapping into the powerful knowledge of others, but the time has come for you to tap into your own inner resources. Every answer that you're seeking lies within. You've just got to bring yourself back to your heart space, your heart center. All the answers lie within. So you can stop seeking outside of yourself. I feel like the seek is over. That energy of playing hide and seek, runner, chaser. It's time for this masculine to chase after his dreams, desires. Because there's a very strong egotistical energy here that wants to rob this masculine of his desires, destiny, fulfillment. And if this masculine is not careful, strong chance that ego will have its way. Not if the divine has anything to do with it. It's just a lot harder than it needs to be on this masculine. But that's the way that he's chosen. It was predestined that it was done this way, this way. It was done this week, this way. Okay. But he will rise from the ashes. It does feel like it's a rising of the phoenix. Triumphant success, the resurrection, the Ace of Swords. The resurrection of this connection. The first of the mental cards signifies that new beginnings and exciting challenges may be before you. By utilising your strength, willpower, determination and focus, there's the potential for you to reign triumphant in many areas of your life. I've just given you the 17 principles for success. Just in case you wasn't paying attention seriously. The song I'm singing in my mind is I can make you feel good. Let me lay this good love on you. In traditional tarot, this card represents the Ace of Swords, and since a sword is double-edged, it can cut through all the barriers that hold you back if it's done constructively and with precision. Remember that there's another side to the blade. If you're rash or use it in a destructive way, it could be harmful to yourself and others. Always pause and think before you act. This card is a reminder to vanquish negative thoughts from your mind, strengthen and tap into your mental powers, and use clarity with control in order to initiate new ways of thinking. So what I was taken to the area here is the top one that I feel could be a top priority, as well as always. Number one, a positive mental attitude. I feel drawn to read Think and Grow Rich. Page 113 was the page number of the Ace of Swords there, so we'll go to that number. Why not? Why not indeed? We'll follow our intuition. We'll follow the signs. Look at that in there. It's on page 17. With every book, one of your personal analysis charts in order that the purchaser of the book may have the benefit of a complete self-inventory indicating, as you indicated to me years ago, exactly what is standing in the way of success. Such a service as this, providing the readers of your book with a complete, unbiased picture of their faults and their virtues, would mean to them the difference between success and failure. So I feel that, I can say this, that's fine. The Divine Feminine's taken like the spiritual path, and the Divine Masculine's taken like the matrix, the karmic path, the dark path, okay? It's like an experiment. Let's have a look at it like that. But the masculine is not to stay on that dark path. It was to gain experience, to gain fortitude, strength, the karmic lessons that the spiritual path could not teach the masculine. So they are different stories, but the same, as in the mistreatment. So if you choose to take possession of your own mind, people that do not choose to take possession of their own mind and live by societal beliefs will do what they can to convince you that you're on the wrong path. When you're on the spiritual path, it's not so harsh, the convincing of the people that are on the societal path, which you have been on, but you've chosen to follow a different way, the minorities way. Okay, at the moment, it's the minorities way. It's like the 99 monkeys, and then the 100th monkey steps on, let's say, to the other path, the enlightened path, and something happens with the numbers, and everyone starts walking the enlightened path. We just don't know who the 100th monkey is. All we know is that at a certain point, the scales tip, and everyone starts conforming to the better way of being. As with the monkeys, it's nicer to wash your sweet potatoes and yams in the water before you eat it, rather than just picking it up with sand on it and eating it. But each to their own. What's coming through is like about trying it before you buy into it. So try into it before you buy into it. Okay. Well, let me carry on reading this. So there is a book there, and it's a story not to be embarrassed. It's the masculines that feel really embarrassed about their side of the story. I was saying yesterday about how they got like the rough end of the stick, But if this was predestined before we came through into our vessels, a masculine would not give that darkness to the feminine. They would say, sweetheart, you take the light path. It's still not going to be easier. Still not going to be easy or easier, but it's going to be lighter. And I'll take the torment, the torture. So it took me to what the year of the snake stood for: growth, transformation, intuition, good fortune, but also terror, stealth, envy, evil. So you can see here with the patience of, okay, it's like the epiphany that comes through to the masculine. It's like, okay, it's time. I can now step off of this path. I mean, the longer he's on the path, the more knowledge he gains regarding how dark areas are, and what areas need to have like the light shone upon them. It's about your findings. There's a point where you're no longer seeking for answers. It's not the right way of being. Look at this. I was taken to the path here. So you have been on the same path in different lanes. But your destination, all our destinations, is the same. Peace, love, happiness, kindness, consideration, community, connection. Communion with each other. Understanding. And we have an understanding of the light and the understanding of the darkness to deep and high levels. So when the stories, okay, I felt the energy of that coming to an end now because the stories are coming together. Let's carry on reading this. So such a service as this, providing the readers of your book with a complete, unbiased picture of their faults and their virtues, would mean to them the difference between success and failure. The service would be priceless. Millions of people are now facing the problem of staging a comeback because of the depression, and I speak from personal experience when I say I know these earnest people would welcome the opportunity to tell you their problems and to receive your suggestions for the solution. I mean, this is bloody brilliant. It's spot on. You're here so that you can find your way out of the darkness, so that you can help others to do the same. You're not able to hear others' problems if you're not working your way out of your own. There's a different way of putting that. You need to find your way out so that you can help others to find their way out, because there's a lot of people that need to find their way out of the darkness. And energetically, they're rooting for you to be that example. I was going to say they're counting on you. No, you are a counted one. You're one to be counted on. You are one to be counted on. You're a chosen one. Okay. So it all had meaning. All that you've seen so that you can help others. whether you've seen the light or whether you've seen the dark. Oh, this is beautiful. Millions of people are now facing the problem of staging a comeback because of the depression. And I speak from personal experience when I say I know these earnest people would welcome the opportunity to tell you their problems and to receive your suggestions for the solution. You know the problems of those who face the necessity of beginning all over again. There are thousands of people in America today who would like to know how they can convert ideas into money, people who must start at scratch, without finances, and recoup their losses. If anyone can help them, you can. If you publish the book, I would like to own the first copy that comes from the press, personally autographed by you. With best wishes, believe me, cordially yours, Jennings Randolph. That was on page 17. Well, because I have the little cards just there, I want to put these up on the wall as well. So I wrote them down again. The 17 principles of success. Going the extra mile. You don't have to tell anybody, but you can give yourself a tick or a cross if you still need to master that one. A pleasing personality. The mastermind. Teamwork. Personal initiative. Creative vision. Definiteness of purpose. A positive mental attitude at all times. No excuses, no exceptions. Try that one. Try it for one day. And put a little elastic band around your wrist. And any time that you speak negatively, give your elastic band a flick. I know it's self-harming, but not as bad as the self-harming you're doing in there, the damage you're doing there by thinking like that. So anytime that you speak something negative, and ask yourself three things before you say something, okay? Is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? If you get a no to any of those, you're best not to say anything. Self-discipline. Okay, so not only when you say anything negative, but when you think negatively. You can even have an imaginary one, if you like. Any negativity, we're going to whip it out of you, flick it out of you. Self-discipline, accurate thinking, learning from defeat, enthusiasm, applied faith. Yeah, it felt like that one kind of, no, that one has to be in the mix. Have some faith in yourself. Controlled attention. I want to tell you about the time when my dad showed little faith in me, and I just nipped that in the bud. I said to him, Dad, I'm so pleased that I have more faith in myself than what you do in me. It was like, oh, I didn't mean it like that. Of course I have faith in you. Okay, right then. Controlled attention. Using cosmic habit force, universal law, budgeting time and money, and maintaining sound physical and mental health. I feel that's been put to the bottom of the list, top of the list. Time to look after you, yourself, and be capable of being able to do that, and then you can show others how to look after and take care of themselves. Okay, we'll go to page 113 because I said we would. I know it's a bit messy again. Open to 131. Okay, I'm going with it. 9. I'm going to read 9 here. I feel like we should read all of these. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think we can. The 30 major causes of failure. You want to know this, don't you? You do. You do want to know this information from somebody that spent 20 years without pay interviewing the most successful men. In America. The 30 major causes of failure. How many of these are holding you back? Life's greatest tragedy consists of men and women who earnestly try and fail. The tragedy, I can't say that word correctly, but I don't feel that that's a tragedy. Is that how I say it? The tragedy. Sounds better. The tragedy lies in the overwhelming large majority of people who fail as compared to the few who succeed. Minority, the light path. Majority, the dark path. Positive, minority, negative, majority. You can see how you can get sucked into the darkness when that seems to be all that surrounds you, but it's not all that surrounds you. You just need to look for the light. And first you need to look for the light within yourself. Okay. So what you're seeking, look within. I have had the privilege of analysing several thousand men and women, 98% of whom were classed as failures. So that minority is a 2%. There is something radically wrong with a civilization and a system of education which permits 98% of the people to go through life as failures. But I did not write this book for the purpose of moralising on the rights and wrongs of the world. That would require a book 100 times the size of this one. But it could be written, channeled. My analysis work proved that there are 30 major reasons for failure and 13 major principles through which people accumulate fortunes. In this chapter, a description of the 30 major causes of failure will be given. As you go over the list, check yourself by it, point by point, for the purpose of discovering how many of these causes of failure stand between you and success. Good old Napoleon coming through. It's your go-to man. It's my go-to man. Napoleon Hill. Okay, number 1. Unfavourable hereditary background. There is but little, if anything, which can be done for people who are born with a deficiency in brain power. Let's not use that one as an excuse. All right. Oh. This philosophy offers but one method of bridging this weakness: through the aid of the mastermind. So, even if that is your reason, there is but little, if anything, which can be done for people who are born with a deficiency in brain power. This philosophy offers but one method of bridging this weakness: through the aid of the mastermind. Observe with profit, however, that this is the only one of the 30 causes of failure which may not be easily corrected by any individual. So the rest can be, the other causes, okay, can be corrected easily, but that one not so much. Only with the aid of the mastermind. Number 2. Lack of a well-defined purpose in life. This is the second cause of failure. Okay, lack of a well-defined purpose in life. There is no hope of success for the person who does not have a central purpose or definite goal at which to aim. 98 out of every 100 of those whom I have analysed had no such aim. Perhaps this was the major cause of their failure. Perhaps. Number 3. Lack of ambition to aim above mediocrity. We offer no hope for the person who is so indifferent as not to want to get ahead in life and who is not willing to pay the price. The fourth cause of failure, itchy nose, insufficient education. This is a handicap which may be overcome with comparative ease. Experience has proven that the best educated people are often those who are known as self-made or self-educated. It takes more than a college degree to make one a person of education. Any person who is educated is one who has learned to get whatever he wants in life without violating the rights of others. Education consists not so much of knowledge, but of knowledge effectively and persistently applied. Full stop. Men are paid not merely for what they know, but more particularly for what they do with which they know. Number 5. Lack of self-discipline. Discipline comes through self-control. This means that one must control all negative qualities. Before you can control conditions, you must first control yourself. Self-mastery is the hardest job you will ever tackle. If you do not conquer self, you will be conquered by self. You may see at one and the same time both your best friend and your greatest enemy by stepping in front of a mirror. So this is really serious about how your ego self has the ability to conquer you. So if you do not conquer self, you will be conquered by self. You may see at one and the same time both your best friend and your greatest enemy by stepping in front of a mirror. Number 6, ill health, disease. Okay. No person may enjoy outstanding success without good health. Many of the causes of ill health are subject to mastery and control. These, in the main, are A. Overeating of foods not conducive to health. B. Wrong habits of thought giving expression to negatives. C. Wrong use of and overindulgence in sex. D. Lack of proper physical exercise. E. An inadequate supply of fresh air due to improper breathing. Interesting. You spoke yesterday about getting outside for some fresh air. Okay. 7. Unfavourable environmental influences during childhood. These are the causes of failures. These are the causes of failure. Unfavourable environmental influences during childhood. As the twig is bent, so shall the tree grow. Most people who have criminal tendencies acquire them as the result of bad environment and improper associates during childhood. Number 8, procrastination. This is one of the most common causes of failure. Old man procrastination stands within the shadow of every human being, wasting his opportunity to spoil one's chances of success. Most of us go through life as failures because we are waiting for the time to be right, to start doing something worthwhile. Do not wait. The time will never be just right. Start where you stand and work with whatever tools you may have at your command, and better tools will be found as you go along. Let me repeat that. Start where you stand and work with whatever tools you may have at your command, and better tools will be found as you go along. Number 9, lack of persistence. Most of us are good starters, but poor finishers of everything we begin. Moreover, people are prone to give up at the first signs of defeat. There is no substitute for persistence. The person who makes persistence his watchword discovers that old man failure finally becomes tired and makes his departure. Failure cannot cope with persistence. Number 10, a negative personality. There is no hope of success for the person who repels people through a negative personality. Success comes through the application of power, and power is attained through the cooperative efforts of other people. A negative personality will not induce cooperation. Number 11, lack of controlled sexual urge. Sex energy is the most powerful of all the stimuli which move people into action. Because it is the most powerful of the emotions, it must be controlled through transmutation and converted into other channels. Number 12, uncontrolled desire for something for nothing. The gambling instinct drives millions of people to failure. Evidence of this may be found in a study of the Wall Street crash of '29, during which millions of people try to make money by gambling on stock margins. Number 13, lack of a well-defined power of decision. Men who succeed reach decisions promptly and change them, if at all, very slowly. Men who fail reach decisions, if at all, very slowly and change them frequently and quickly. Indecision and procrastination are twin brothers. Where one is found, the other may usually be found also. Kill off this pair before they completely hogtie you to the treadmill of failure. Wow. Indecision and procrastination are twin brothers. Where one is found, the other may usually be found also. Kill off this pair before they completely hogtie you to the treadmill of failure. Number 14, one or more of the 6 basic fears. These fears have been analysed for you in a later chapter. They must be mastered before you can market your services effectively. Okay, so there's some homework for you to research the 6 basic fears of Napoleon Hill's findings from Think and Grow Rich. You don't have to go to the library anymore. It's just I was going to say just a fingertip away, but a voice control at your command. You can find them out. One or more of the 6 basic fears. They must be mastered before you can market your services effectively. Number 15, wrong selection. Let's just have wrong selection. Do you want to finish the sentence for me? Number 15, the 15th cause of failure. 15 being, well, the devil in the tarot. Number 15, wrong, it's like I can't say that word, wrong. Wrong selection of mate in marriage. This is a most common cause of failure. The relationship of marriage brings people intimately into contact. Unless this relationship is harmonious, failure is likely to follow. Moreover, it will be a form of failure that is marked by misery and unhappiness, destroying all signs of ambition. And they've capitalised that. Number 16, overcaution. The person who takes no chances generally has to take whatever is left when others are through choosing. Overcaution is as bad as undercaution. Both are extremes to be guarded against. Life itself is filled with the element of chance. 17, wrong selection of associates in business. This is one of the most common causes of failure in business. In marketing personal services, one should use great care to select an employer who will be an inspiration and who is himself intelligent and successful. We emulate those with whom we associate most closely. Pick an employer who is worth emulating. 18, superstition and prejudice. Superstition is a form of fear. It is also a sign of ignorance. Men who succeed keep open minds and are afraid of nothing. 19, wrong selection of a vocation. No man can succeed in a line of endeavour which he does not like. The most essential step in the marketing of personal services is that of selecting an occupation into which you can throw yourself wholeheartedly. Number 20, lack of concentration of effort. The jack of all trades seldom is good at any. Concentrate all of your efforts on one definite chief aim. Number 21, the habit of indiscriminate spending. The habit of indiscriminate spending. The spendthrift cannot succeed, mainly because he stands eternally in fear of poverty. Form the habit of systematic saving by putting aside a definite percentage of your income. Money in the bank gives one a very safe foundation of courage when bargaining for the sale of personal services. Without money, one must take what one is offered and be glad to get it. Number 22, lack of enthusiasm. Without enthusiasm, one cannot be convincing. Moreover, enthusiasm is contagious, and the person who has it under control is genuinely welcome in any group of people. Number 23, intolerance. The person with a closed mind on any subject seldom gets ahead. Intolerance means that one has stopped acquiring knowledge. The most damaging forms of intolerance are those connected with religious, racial, and political differences of opinion. Number 24, intemperance. The most damaging forms of intemperance are connected with eating, strong drink, and sexual activities. Overindulgence in any of these is fatal to success. Number 25, inability to cooperate with others. More people lose their positions and their big opportunities in life because of this fault than for all other reasons combined. It is a fault which no well-informed businessman or leader will tolerate. The inability to cooperate with others. Card number 26. Wow. Number 26. Possession of power that was not acquired through self-effort. Sons and daughters of wealthy men and others who inherit money which they did not earn, power in the hands of one who did not acquire it gradually is often fatal to success. Quick riches are more dangerous than poverty. 27. Intention, dishonesty. There is no substitute for honesty. One may be temporarily dishonest by force of circumstances over which one has no control without permanent damage. But there is no hope for the person who is dishonest by choice. Sooner or later, his deeds will catch up with him, and he will pay by loss of reputation and perhaps even loss of liberty. 28. Egotism and vanity. These qualities serve as red lights which warn others to keep away. They are fatal to success. 29. Guessing instead of thinking. Most people are too indifferent or lazy to acquire facts with which to think accurately. They prefer to act on opinions created by guesswork or snap judgments. 30. Lack of capital. This is a common cause of failure among those who start out in business for the first time without sufficient reserve of capital to absorb the shock of their mistakes and to carry them over until they have established a reputation. 31. Under this name, it says, under this, number 31, under this, name any particular cause of failure from which you have suffered that has not been included in the foregoing list. In these 30 major causes of failure is found a description of the tragedy of life which obtains for practically every person who tries and fails. It will be helpful if you can induce someone who knows you well to go over this list with you and help to analyse you by the 30 causes of failure. It may be beneficial if you try this alone. Most people cannot see themselves as others see them. You may be one who cannot. The oldest of admonitions. The oldest of admonitions is, man, know thyself. If you market merchandise successfully, you must know the merchandise. The same is true in marketing personal services. You should know all of your weaknesses in order that you may either bridge them or eliminate them entirely. You should know your strength in order that you may call attention to it when selling your services. You can know yourself only through accurate analysis. The folly of ignorance in connection with self was displayed by a young man who applied to the manager of a well-known business for a position. He made a very good impression until the manager asked him what salary he expected. He replied that he had no fixed sum in mind, lack of a definite aim. The manager then said, "We will pay you all you are worth after we try you out for a week." "I will not accept it," the applicant replied, "because I am getting more than that where I am now employed." Before you even start to negotiate for a readjustment of your salary in your present position or to seek employment elsewhere, be sure that you are worth more than you now receive. It is one thing to want money, everyone wants more, but it is something entirely different to be worth more. Many people mistake their wants for their just dues. Your financial requirements or wants have nothing whatever to do with your worth. Your value is established entirely by your ability to render useful service or your capacity to induce others to render such service. Guys, I will talk to you all soon. Until then, take care. Much love. Bye for now.